The play begins on platform 9 3/4 and picks up from where Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows left off. Albus Potter and Rose Granger Weasley say goodbye to their parents and board the train. On the train, Albus meets Scorpius Malfoy and the two quickly become friends. The following 3 years of school are tough for Albus, and he begins to feel like he has to isolate himself from his father, since being a Potter is the reason why great things are being expected from him. Scorpius and Albus attempt to go back in time to save Cedric Diggory after Amos Diggory comes to Harry's house and asks him to save him. Harry refuses, and the following year, Albus is determined to save Amos' son with Scorpius' help. Amos' niece Delphi accompanies them on their journey. They use Polyjuice Potion to steal a Time Turner from the Ministry of Magic and sabotage Cedric in the first round of the Triwizard Tournament. However, upon returning, they realize they've changed the world. In this timeline, Hermione and Ron don't get together, so Rose does not exist. However, Cedric is still dead. They go back in time to sabotage Cedric's second task of the tournament. When they return to the future, Scorpius can't find Albus and is informed by Headmistress Umbridge that Harry Potter was killed during a failed coup on the school at the Battle of Hogwarts. Albus does not exist. Scorpius goes to Severus Snape, who in this narrative is still alive, to ask for help. Scorpius explains that Harry Potter is alive and Voldemort is dead in another world. Snape agrees to help, and they, along with Ron and Hermione, use the Time Turner to go back to the Triwizard Tournament Task 1 and 2 and prevent Albus from casting spells against Cedric. When he returns to the original timeline with Albus, they find that everything is normal again. Scorpius wants to destroy the Time Turner. They hand it to Delphi, but realize that she is not a Diggory. She's actually the daughter of Lord Voldemort. Delphi wants Albus to travel in time to make Voldemort ruler again by humiliating Cedric. If he does not comply, she will kill Scorpius. She takes them back in time to the third task and tortures Scorpius, but ends up being struck by Cedric, who thinks that they are part of the tournament. Albus and Scorpius pick up the Time Turner, but Delphi grabs it from them and uses it to go back in time even further, and then proceeds to destroy it, leaving the boys stranded on Halloween Eve 1981 with no way to return to the present. The main theme in this play is acceptance. Albus does not try to accept himself for who he is and the name that he has. Rather, he chooses to get angry at his father for the name that he has given him. The reason that he's mad about his name is because everyone expects such great things from him just because he's a Potter. Whenever he goes to the train station at the beginning of the school year, everybody stares at his father, and people think of him as Harry Potter's son, not as Albus Severus Potter. He attempts to make a name for himself by saving Cedric Diggory, which in reality is an act of selfishness. He does not care for Cedric's life. Rather, he wants to accomplish something that his father would be proud of, and that something people could recognize him for. He thinks that he's a disappointment to his father, and that he has let him down because he isn't special in any way. Harry also does not accept who his son is. Rather, he wants him to be more. At one point, he gets angry and says, "Sometimes I wish that you weren't my son." I think that this says a lot because in times of anger, we say things that we may not even realize reside in our hearts. Lastly, he constantly asks Albus to not be friends with Scorpius, rather than accepting his son's choice and friends. The first form of media that I'll be connecting the play to is an anime by the name of Attack on Titan. In the show, a group of soldiers called the 104th Cadet Corps complete a training exercise during a snowstorm, arriving at the base at the foot of the mountain. However, they realize that 3 cadets are missing. The snowstorm is too severe to send out a search party, so they can do nothing but wait. Elsewhere in the storm, Krista and Ymir, the other cadets, make their way through a forest with Daz, unconscious in a cot pulled by Krista. Ymir says that they will only survive if they abandon Daz and head for the base together, but Krista insists that they can all survive if Ymir goes ahead alone while Krista takes Daz. Ymir notices that Krista has not asked for help during their entire course, and she realizes that Krista has no intention of saving Daz, nor herself. She says that it would be very against Krista's character to bring about Daz's death while searching for her own heroic end. But Krista insists that this is not the case. Ymir brings up the fact that she is aware of Krista's true past, a daughter of a nobleman's mistress whose life was at risk. Since an illegitimate child could not properly succeed the head of the family, they had considered ending her life. But in the end, it was decided that it would be enough to give her a new name and an inconspicuous life, eventually leading to her joining the Cadet Corps. Krista doesn't try to accept herself for who she is and goes as far as to change her name and attempt to take her own life. But she doesn't want to do it in just any regular way. She wants to go in a blaze of glory. She wants to die a hero so that she can be remembered as a good person. She seems to want this honor and glory because of her dark past, and she's determined to change who she is. The second form of media that has the same theme as the play is the song Bodak Yellow by Cardi B. She's a well-known musical artist, and this song is still on the Billboard Hot 100 after being out for 4 months. She spends most of the song talking about the things that she has and how she is better than other people because of those things. She says, "Hit the store, I can get them both, I don't want to choose," obviously referring to the amount of wealth that she has accumulated. She has so much money that she does not need to choose which items to purchase. She can just get them both. She also sings, "I just arose in her Rolls, I just came up in her Wraith." Here she's referring to the Rolls-Royce Wraith, which is a car valued at $300,000. So again, she's talking about all the money that she has and the things that she has as well. The rest of the song is just the same. She talks about the things that she has accumulated and what she has to her name. Again, we can see another case of non-self-acceptance through the riches that she flaunts in order to validate her existence. She does not realize that it is herself that makes her who she is, not the things that she has. In all three cases, we see people not happy with themselves. Instead of accepting themselves for who they are, they go through hoops to try to change themselves. They try and gain validation from other people, however they only need their own opinion for themselves to be happy. It is not our background or our family or the money that we have that makes us who we are. Rather, it's who we choose to be and the people that we choose to help.